Hey, what's going on, guys? Legendary Shane here, bringing you the new top 5 guards list for January of 2013. It has been a while since the previous top 5 guards list, and the game has changed so much since then. And I believe with the new year rolling in and stuff like that, it is like now is the most opportune time to make one of these lists. And I was talking with my clan and other people about this, and replies were instant. Like, instantly they knew who the top 5 guards were. And I believe this is a very, very accurate list, and it will remain this way for quite a while unless something changes in the game. But anyways, let's get on with the top 5 guards list. Number 5 is Core Element. If I were to fully explain in complete detail how good this guy is, it would take at least 4 or 5 minutes. And this is a top 5 guards video, not a core video, so he deserves his own section later on. But in a nutshell, what makes this guy super good is the elemental body type first. It means he is not weak to anything. There isn't anything out there that can deal more than 100% damage to him. And that combined with this ability, Abysses, is just ridiculous. This ability is 2 times as powerful as Void. It removes everyone else's imprints, but he can run whatever imprint he wants, so he gains an advantage over everyone else on the battlefield. The only bad thing I can say about this guy is he has the unique keyword, and he isn't the most optimal unique guard to run, I guess is the best way to put it. But he is very, very good. It is a different style of play when you're using this guy, and he does deserve a spot in the top 5 guards list. Coming in 4th place, we have Warhulk. Everyone who has a Warhulk or who has fought one understands its power and how good it is. The ability Spike is super, super strong. It allows him to be offensive on the defensive. He's the only guard who can deal constant passive damage, and that says a lot, especially when paired up with Silent, because as you see, it prevents the opponent from using special attacks, so it's only going to use weak attacks against Warhulk. And the more attacks Warhulk can take, the more passive damage it can deal. The only bad thing I can say about this guy is he needs to be in an army team, because the more hit points he has, like I said, the more damage he can take, and the more chances, or the more times Spike can trigger, and that's pretty much it. Like, he can only be run with a select handful of guards. I guess, like, you don't have to run him with those select humanoid guards, but it is best to run him, and that's where his total net worth is. So that is Warhulk and why he is number 4. 3rd place, we have Aegal. This guy is now the most dominant physical beat stick in the game. Or physical or magical, it doesn't even matter, because this ability Chance allows him to be totally flexible. For those who don't understand how Chance Aegal works, Chance reduces the hit points by half, and then it increases the damage by 50%, and then Shapeshift transforms him into one of the opponents. So the way it works is that Chance kicks off first, so his hit points goes down to 200 or something like that, and then Shapeshift transforms him into one of the guards and gets their hit points. So it's effectively negating all of the negative things about Chance. So you're only getting the 50% damage increase, and that's ridiculous. He can be run many ways. As you see here, I am running him as a bulk build, but a speed build works equally as good, because say he's like a speed guard and he copies a Royal Knight with health and army and stuff like that. Like, an 1100 beat stick is no joke, especially when it's just a speed guard. Like, it's totally amazing how good this guy is. As with every guard, there's a downside. If the opponent is running Aegal as well, there is a chance that he will copy Aegal and he will become a 200 hit points piece of garbage. But it happens more common than you think, but that's really the only bad thing about Aegal. Coming in 2nd place, we have Deathbringer. This guy is one of the most game-changing variables in PvP fights. The ability Death is just too good. Like, whatever guard kills him is reduced to critical health, so it ensures automatic victory for the next guard in line, and that is just, like, it puts that guard that kills him out of the equation, pretty much. And an ability like that is just really overpowered, and that's why it ranks Death where he's at. When paired with Silent, it's even better, because, like, say he's in the first slot and he has Silent and the opponent is using, like, weak attacks against him. If he can kill that guard in the first slot, then the second guard will come up and it'll kill him, and it'll reduce that guard to critical health, and then your second guard will come up and kill that guard, and now it's 2 against 1. So the fight is completely imbalanced now. And that's just like anyone who has encountered this understands how much of a problem it is. It is just too good. Also, the death ability completely renders the endurance imprint useless. In order for the endurance imprint to activate, the guard using it must have at least 20% hit points remaining, while death puts it down to 10% hit points, so endurance cannot activate. And the endurance imprint is one of the best imprints in the game, and that says a lot about the death ability and who brings that ability to the table. The only downside to this guard is that he's very lacking in the stat department. The best way to run him is off of speed, and even with a speed 3 imprint, he doesn't really hit that hard. So there's a proper amount of speed you have to use in order for him to hit hard enough. And because of that, he's easily outsped by other speed guards such as Saint Skina and Reindeer with Wild. And everyone has those now because the Christmas event just passed. But if those guards have high enough speed, like 750, 800 or so, it can easily take out 2 of these guys in a row. But one thing does not stop another from being great, and Deathbringer is definitely great. First place is no surprise, Asnakir, or Clown as everyone calls him. I cannot begin to explain how this stupid clown single-handedly broke this game, and it's all with this transform ability. I'm going to try to explain this as fast as possible. But not only does this ability choose a random opponent and cut its offense in half, but it also transforms it into a guard that uses poop attacks. For example, if Clown picks to transform a Rexa, that Rexa no longer has Super Punch, the 170 damage move that makes Rexa what it is. It now has Bite, or it has Shotgun, these 100 damage moves that don't do anything, especially because the attack has already been halved. Another example, say Clown picks to transform Panth Mage. That Panth Mage no longer has Twilight, the 170 damage move that Panth Mage deals most of its damage with. Also, it no longer has Sunshine, the light move that it uses to pierce through dark types. Also, it no longer has its fire moves that are used to combat ground teams. It now has Snowball, which is a water move, and no one uses poison or fire types in PvP, so that, attack's useless. Or it can have Seed, which is even worse, because if, that little plant guy goes up against Asnakir, wind body types already take half from ground anyways, so not only is Transform cutting the attack in half, but it's being cut in half again because it's resisting that kind of attack. So it's dealing 25% damage, and that's even worse. So the guard that Asnakir transforms is no longer a variable in the equation, and that is why Asnakir is number 1. He is just too good. There are exceptions, like anyone who has used Clown and transformed a Warhulk, or has had their Warhulk being transformed by Clown, understands it's not a big deal because Warhulk's main strength is with Spike, It's going to deal most of its damage with that ability anyways. Also, if that Warhulk has Silent on top of it, then Clown's just done because it can't use Flash to combat Warhulk. But with every guard, there is a counter, and the counter to Asnakir is any Dark Guard with Silent will beat Clown. I would like to add a little something about Clown in here. When we first unlocked Clown from the clan shop, people were fighting us and stuff like that, and they were like, dude, what's the big idea? Why are my guards being transformed into stuff that's pointless, And even though they didn't understand the mechanics of Clown, they did understand that something like this should not be in the game. And I mean, that says a lot because the ability is just too good. But now everyone has Clown, and you got to play around it because he is going to remain at the top of the top 5 guards list for a very long time. Anyways, guys, this is your top 5 guards list right here. Not Mr. Nesby Sword, but number 5 we have Core Element, number 4 is Warhulk, 3 is Agal, 2 is Deathbringer, and number 1 is Asnakir. And this will be the list for probably a very long time, unless something crazy comes out, which will probably happen because, Rita's known for that stuff. Or something gets fixed, which probably won't happen. But yeah, guys, this is the very accurate list. And like I said, I'll do a video on Core Element in a little bit. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good one.